Hello, and welcome to the episode of Todd Talks, and Todd Talks People Listen. Think, Mark, think! Hopefully. And today, we are here to talk about the upcoming death battle between Omni-Man and Homelander. And before I get into it, I just want to say I decided to splurge a little bit because of my members' access on the YouTube channel. And I saw the preview for Omni-Man Homelander ahead of time, and oh boy, is this going to be fun. Alright, any reservations you may have about this fight are going to be completely gone really, really soon. So, I know this might not be the death battle you were wanting, but this is definitely going to be a death battle you enjoy. I pretty much guarantee it. So, let's get right into it with Omni-Man, aka Nolan Grayson. Can we just note, like, why Grayson? I mean, is that a reference to Nightwing? I'm just joking. Mark. So, Nolan, as his birth name, is from a planet with a species known as Viltrumites. I made sure to look that up. How to say it. So the Viltrumites are one of the most powerful beings in all the galaxy. And when Nolan was sent to Earth, he was meant to be the alien ambassador, emissary, and protector of the planet. Or so we were told. Because eventually he had a wife named Debbie and a son named Mark. And Nolan eventually revealed that the Viltrumites aren't exactly the nicest people around. They slaughtered their half of their race so that only the strongest could survive. And then they decided to go and expand their empire because of a virus of all things. And Nolan was meant to be the one that helped make that happen so that no one on Earth could oppose them when the time of the invasion came. This included, as both the comic and the animated series showed, wiping out many of Earth's heroes, including the Guardians of the Globe. Ah ha ha. And then when Mark found out the truth, Mark actually tried to stop Omni-Man, his father, because he just couldn't be the Viltrumite like his father was. But in a twist, Nolan actually felt sympathy for his son, and only his son, and decided, I can't kill him, so he goes off into space. And then in the comics, this is a spoiler, so if you'd rather wait for the animated series to continue, which it will eventually, you've been warned. After trying to redeem himself in his Viltrumite, not sure why the camera did that, from his Viltrumite heritage, he realized that arguably the best way for him to go and redeem himself was to become the actual ruler of the Viltrumite people. And that was something he was actually able to do for a few reasons, not the least of which was that in their culture and in another culture that he helped rule through another wife, they were it was about strength and age. Well, in Viltrumite culture, they actually age really, really slowly once they get to their adult phase. So actually, Omni-Man's been alive for thousands of years. Yeah, and he's been fighting for a lot of them. And due to that, he was able to, take over his own planet and try and even fight off the Viltrumites in terms of the planet he took over with his new wife. And then when it came to his actual people, he Mark straight up destroyed the planet. Yeah, they straight up destroyed the planet that they were from to ensure that the Viltrumites couldn't try and expand their culture. And then plot twist, it's found out that or refound out, I should say, that Nolan is actually the descendant of the former ruler of Viltrum. And so the then ruler, Throg, it's a great name, Throg was yeah, I kind of can't let Nolan live, now can I? So he tried to kill him, failed the first time, but punched his eye out. Succeeded the second time. Yes, Omni-Man is dead in the comics, and he was able to damage Thrag long enough so that Mark could finish the job for him. So there is that. Now, and then all the while during this journey, he did redeem himself in the eyes of Mark, and he did fight to defend the Earth, though he would not move back to Earth because of all that he had done. So he definitely had a redemption story, and that is to be appreciated. Now, in terms of powers, Omni-Man as well as Homelander are references to Superman in terms of just being so gosh dang invincible. He has super strength, super speed, super healing. He has super senses. He has super endurance and stamina. He, and I read this on the respect thread. He apparently uh, fought a dragon for 10 hours and did not tire. Uh huh. And then on another, I think this is the animated series, he wiped out an entire population of a planet within a year or something like that, or maybe it was a month. So yeah, he also, in terms of speed, can go faster than starships. Like Viltrumites are able of interstellar travel, so they can actually withstand the vacuum of space, and they don't need to breathe in it. They actually hold their breath for weeks on end without issue. And in a official document about Omni-Man, which I'll be referencing a lot, it said that his top speed is likely faster than the velocity of light. So, speed of light, yeah, he can go about that. He can go faster than that. So that's very, very important. And then in terms of just how much he can take, he not only wiped out the Guardians of the Globe without issue, he's fought many other alien races during his time with the Viltrumites, including killing other Viltrumites. And that's where the key thing here is. The only thing that can really kill a Viltrumite is a Viltrumite. There are a few exceptions, obviously. There was this one guy named Beast something, and they were able to damage Throg themselves, but more times than not, it's the Viltrumites that can actually kill the Viltrumites because of how strong they are, and that's why Mark was able to eventually kill Throg, and as well as others, and why Omni-Man was able to die because he fought the leader in Throg, or one of the leaders in Throg, and thus took damage because Throg, as well as Omni-Man, were stated to be the most powerful of the Viltrumites. So yeah, fun. So if you're not on the level of Viltrumite, you're likely not going to survive, and that's bad for everyone who's not a Viltrumite, especially in the Invincible universe. So, that being said, he can withstand most damage, and that was shown especially in his fight with Mark, because Mark who's still very strong, he's only half Viltrumite, wasn't able to really damage Ultraman, Omni-Man at all. It was only later as he got stronger that he could, kind of keep up with him, and even then, it's the Omni-Man was still better, faster, stronger than Mark. So, now, so as I say, he is not invincible, but he is still dang tough, and because of his attitude, his mindset, both before and after his redemption arc, he can be incredibly one-minded. Single-minded in his pursuit of things, even stating that he didn't care about his wife and Debbie, and that the only thing he cared about on Earth was Mark because he was Viltrumite. So, again, he got better at the end, and he even spared Throg, which backfired on him later, because he just didn't want another person to die in his name. So, in the end, he did get to be a hero in the true right, even though it did cost him his life. And Mark, by the end, was willing to honor him later on, including at the end of the comic series, visiting his grave after everything was all said and done multiple times. So, yeah. So he did think, Mark, think. Now, if you want an anti redemption story, let's talk about Homelander. Let me tell you a story about a world of superheroes. I know it's so hard to picture. But in this world of superheroes, they are not just the ones who are fighting for freedom or the liberties of all. They are ones who are celebrities by Vought International. And Vought has basically full control and rights over all these superheroes, and they use them to make movies, television shows, action figures, all of which the heroes themselves reap the rewards of. So they are very much celebrities as much as they are superheroes, and they revel in that. Which brings us to Homelander, because as Death Battle noted today, the official statement about Homelander is that he was an alien, crashed on Earth. And remember, the comics and the TV show are very different in certain aspects of the backstory, who did what, and blah blah blah. And in the comics, Homelander fell from the sky and was raised to be like this perfect American patriot. Kind of like what. Can I say? Can I be that blunt here? Basically, if Trump had a superhero, it would be Homelander. Tell me I'm wrong. Anyway, so he was raised to be this perfect patriot, this embodiment of what it meant to be American and blah blah blah. And in both the comics and the TV show, they made sure that even his look was, American and powerful, and this, wearing the flag and all that stuff. Problem was, it was all bullcrap, because Vought, from the very beginning, were the people who actually made superheroes a thing in the absolute literal sense. They made the super soldier serum, Compound V, and through that, via various experiments, starting with Stormfront, who was male in the comics, and working their way to the modern day with the Seven, they made it to where children were experimented on, and they got the serum, which gave them various powers. So all of the superheroes in their world were literally artificially created, including Homelander, who was experimented on since a baby. And through that, let's just say he wasn't raised the right way. Okay? Yeah. Because throughout his career, throughout his life, he was not mentally stable. And both in the comics and in the TV show, they show this in various ways. He tries to get what he wants. He does what he wants more of the times than not. And he does technically fear the head of Vought, who is very, very human. But it's more I wonder, how he can hurt me, and rallying everyone against me. Because Homelander loves the fame. He is the opposite of Superman in that Superman never wants the fame, whereas Homelander absolutely does. He likes the attention, he likes the love he gets from people, and he absolutely craves it. Which is actually a basis for season 3 of The Boys, which just released a new trailer, and you really should go watch it. If you want. So, Homelander's the other reason that Homelander is the top dog is because of the experiments done to him and just how he reacted to it. He is stated to be the most powerful being on the planet, to the extent that when he was growing up, they had attached a bomb to him in case his aggression got out of hand, so that they could destroy him before, he destroyed everyone else. And as Death Battle showed today, he was apparently killing people right out of the womb. Which is actually kind of nuts if you really think about it. But I digress. So that was a huge thing for sure. But as he grew older and he grew more and more powerful, he literally became just this embodiment of unstoppable intent and power. He has super strength that rivals everyone. Even other members of the Seven, like Queen Maeve, can't touch him. In fact, he was the one who killed Queen Maeve in the comics after their fight. She was trying to save Starlight. So, and in terms of speed, he's faster than everyone. He's able to travel hypersonic speeds that's what they say in both the comics and the TV show, which puts him faster than A-Train by a wide margin, because A-Train was able to go hundreds of miles per hour in a run, whereas Homelander can go thousands and thousands of miles per hour. So, and then of course his strength is undeniable, his endurance is massive, and then of course there is his heat vision, which he absolutely loves to use, because he just decides, I'm just gonna burn you all to death. It can melt through almost anything, and as a result of that, who can actually kill him? Right? It's actually said by Vought that they don't know who, if anything, could ever kill Homelander. Thus why he's the perfect protector of the American people, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? It was all a lie. Yes, it was all a lie, and my camera's not making me brighter. Screw this. So, but why was it a lie? How was it a lie? This is a huge spoiler from the comics, so if you want to avoid this, skip ahead a minute or two, okay? In the comics, Black Noir is much more than the silent Batman type of the Seven. All right? It's revealed in the comics that Black Noir is a clone of Homelander. Hmm. And remember in the TV show how Homelander was the one who assaulted Billy Butcher's wife and everything? That wasn't Homelander in the comics. That was Black Noir. And Black Noir actually but Black Noir was created clone-wise to be the weapon to kill Homelander should he ever get out of hand when he was an adult. Because again, the child, they did the hydrogen bomb, but that wasn't going to work anymore apparently. So they made Black Noir to actually go and kill Homelander, but over time Black Noir kind of fractured mentally and was like, I'm not getting able to kill this guy because he's not letting me. So he was the one who assaulted Billy Butcher's wife, framed Homelander, and then over time started to like reveal who Homelander was and wasn't. And so by the end of the series, Homelander actually leads a coup d'etat with the superhero community, goes to the White House to try and kill everybody so they can take over. And who was there? Billy Butcher and Black Noir. And Black Noir reveals to both of them what really happened. Homelander goes into a rage and fights Black Noir, and Black Noir kills him. And then, but Homelander damaged Black Noir so much that Billy Butcher could go in with a crowbar, nice, and bash his skull in, ensuring that his revenge was complete. So yeah, that's how Homelander dies. I have no idea if they're going to do that in the TV show. I actually doubt they will, just because they've honestly changed a lot of things, including how in the show Homelander again was the one who assaulted Billy's wife. But it's going to get dark. It's going to get dark before the series is over. Also, I just realized, and I do apologize for this, I'm not wearing my Death Battle shirt. That's on me. I apologize. I got a new PC, and so I'm still working at the key, so I wanted to make sure my camera was working. My bad. So, it's over there. It really is. So, yeah, Homelander's nuts, and he has this very much one-track mind of, it's all about me. I'm going to do what I want, when I want. If you remember the scene at the end of The Boys Season 2, that was, yeah, that's very, I can do whatever I want. Yeah, it's very Homelander. Very Homelander. So, yeah, he nuts. He will kill you without a second thought, especially if he thinks you're getting in his way. And it's gonna be good to see him die in the TV show. Such a jerk. So, who wins between Homelander and Omni-Man? It's Omni-Man. It's Omni-Man by a wide margin. Okay, I know this honestly is a stomp in many ways. But for the record, this is not a bad Death Battle matchup because a lot of people wanted to see this. The Boys and Invincible are incredibly popular, and it honestly makes sense that they go together. They're mirrors of Superman that are evil, were evil, and are quote unquote invincible, and yet we all know they're not. So why does Omni-Man take this? Well, it honestly is a multi-level thing. First of all, let's talk experience. Omni-Man on the regular, remember, thousands of years of life. So even if you take half of that as, his adult life as him being this super powerful Viltrumite, he has Homelander beaten on that alone, because he's fought and conquered worlds during that time. The other thing is that he's fought other superpowered beings on the regular, not the least of which are the Viltrumites, which again are the only ones who can really hurt other Viltrumites. That was the whole point of the Civil War and the ending of the story. So, on contrast, Homelander is the most powerful thing on his universe. Yeah, in his universe and on Earth at the time. Because of that, he doesn't get to fight a lot of supervillains that are on his level. In fact, he kind of has a Saitama thing going on where, he's at the peak and now no one can reach him. So what's he going to do? And then the one time he does face someone who is his ability in Black Noir in the comics, he loses, straight up. So yeah, so that's pretty bad. And you go, well, wait a minute, that doesn't prove that Omni-Man is better than Homelander. Okay. They pretty much have the same power set. Okay, strength, speed, endurance, and whatever. But Homelander has heat vision, which you'd think might be enough, because again, it can slice through people. One problem. In that official document for Omni-Man I told you about, it specifically stated that he can withstand temperatures of about 6,000 degrees without blistering. Without blistering. All right. So that begs the question: how hot is Homelander's heat vision? Well, we probably aren't going to get a definitive answer on that. If they did, I'm surprised. I doubt they said that in the comics. Um, but I actually, just on a whim, typed in how hot is Superman's heat vision, and that was stated to be 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And Omni-Man can withstand 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But that might just be an arbitrary number. So then I will reference you to the fact that Omni-Man actually fought someone with heat vision in the comics, in the Invincible comics. And all they did was irritate him and burn off part of his outfit. And then he made sure that the guy who, or the alien who was fighting him, couldn't use that heat vision again. So Omni-Man will no doubt get hit by the heat vision, but he's not going to actually be affected by it. And if they could find a reference to, say that it could, I'd be very, very surprised. So that nullifies one of the most important things, because that was like the key thing that Homelander had that Omni-Man didn't, was heat vision. The other thing is that Omni-Man is so much faster. As stated in the Death Battle video today and in the 7 video from before, Homelander is hypersonic. Omni-Man can travel to worlds on his own in a fraction of travel time. All right, whether he actually is as fast as the speed of light honestly doesn't matter here, because we know that Viltrumites as a whole can travel through space and go to other planets. And in fact, that's what Omni-Man did after fighting Mark. He went from Earth to go conquer another planet to try and redeem himself to his Viltrumite people. He did that on his own, so that means that at the very least he has to be many, many, many times faster than Homelander. So that alone gives him so much advantage, because he can hit and hurt Homelander before Homelander even realizes what's going on. And the other thing is that while both of them are one-track minds, Homelander is infinitely more unstable, which, as a experienced fighter, Omni-Man would be able to work with, because I keep getting confused, I'm sorry. Homelander is without a doubt someone who could be tripped up by insults and petty banter. And the more that Homelander realizes that, he owns this guy, he's just gonna push the needle even more. While in contrast, nothing that Homelander's gonna say is really gonna affect Omni-Man. Oh, he can smell his fear. He's not gonna be afraid of him. Oh, he killed his family. He doesn't care. That's a reference to the Death Battle preview. Kills family. Oh, he doesn't really care. He will be much more focused. And while he can get angry and will get angry in battle, he is able to recover from it much quicker than someone like Homelander will. So, and while you could argue strength feats, I knew I forgot something. While you could argue strength feats and how strong they actually are, it's debatable for both. Like in the official document, it said that Omni-Man can lift in excess of 100 tons. That feels a little arbitrary, but it's very clear that he has enough strength to kill Homelander. And then when you add that with the speed, making him virtually untouchable, and the resistance to the heat vision and everything, Homelander is going down. Homelander's going down. So yeah, I am picking Omni-Man to win this death battle. And with that, I made this episode of Todd Talk. Who do you think is going to win between Homelander and Omni-Man? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've seen the preview, how excited are you for this full fight? Oh, it's going to be good. So, I thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you were listening, and I'll see you around.